Hello, you post-festive, pre-New Year bastards. And welcome to the final of my holiday reviews, as well as my final video of the year. Well, this year has been, that's alright. But amongst the bad included Catherine Bigelow's Whatever Bowfest, House of Dynamite, a film that basically didn't do much and pretty much undermined Bigelow's talents as a director. Which leads me to the very movie I will be reviewing, as not only is it one of better movies that showcase their talents, but also the perfect movie to finish off my holiday retrospective review classic movie things, since it's set around the new year and it was 30 years ago since its release. I mean, okay, it was released in the UK in February 1996, but fuck it, I'll go with the US release date here for once. Until the next time. So, slutty Juliette Lewis ladies and sleazy Paul Wincott gentlemen, we end this year on Strange Days. Released in February 1996, Strange Days is set in the final days of 1999, where California has become a dystopian shithole.
No shit.
Well, an even more dystopian shithole. Not only that, Y2K is coming soon, so the world could be ending, but thankfully, if you stroll through the black market, you'll be able to find a friendly face who at the right price will happily supply you with a device that can be attached to your cerebral cortex so you can jack into someone's memories. Not only do you view the memories, you experience their memories. You experience their experiences. Want to know what it feels like to rob a bank? You got it. Want to be a hot woman getting it on with another hot woman?
Crikey.
Oh, you read my mind. But it also has its drawbacks, as it can lead to being just as addictive as heroin. And one of the guys who supplies this is the main character himself, Lenny, played by Ralph Fiennes, a former cop reduced to selling memories to willing punters. But after Lenny jacks into one of his products, he finds one of them is footage of a murder involving one of Faith's friends.
Bum bum bum.
Faith's his ex-girlfriend, by the way. And teaming up with former partner Mace, played by Angela Bassett, he must find out who this killer is, but can Lenny redeem himself before the world ends? Despite being written by James Cameron back in 1986, Strange Days sadly didn't become the big hit it should have been, and it's a shame, as it's a fun, dark, engaging thriller with well-rounded characters made up of a great cast. From the first minute of the opening, it instantly draws you into this murky world of racial tension, paranoia, and totalitarianism. We've seen movies give background exposition on the world they're establishing, and while something like that doesn't always kill the movie for me, I can't help but admire a movie more when it's presented to you visually, allowing you to absorb every information, allowing you to come to your own conclusions. And the same goes for the actors involved. Every one of them sells this movie. Ralph Fiennes convinces his protagonist Lenny, a selfish sleazebag who keeps simping over his cold, distant ex-Faith, played by Juliette Lewis, yet still shows there's still hints of humanity in him despite his flaws. I like the fact his customers get high to the experiences of others, while his addiction is reliving a time in his life when he felt the most human. A time when he and Faith were happy together before she tossed him aside for abusive music mogul boyfriend Gant, played by the legendary Michael Wincott. He's not an all-round likeable character, but he still manages to be sympathetic. He's a man stuck in the past, refusing to see that the woman he loves isn't the person he remembers, and is allowing himself to be consumed by a past he over-romanticizes. And he and Angela Bassett as his ex-partner Mace have great chemistry. Both work well as contrasts to each other, with Mace trying to lead an honest life yet still going out of her way to help Lenny in the hopes she can save him from his own self-destructive behaviour, the way Lenny is trying to desperately save Faith. And Bassett does a great job displaying the strength, altruism and fearlessness of her character. She's another great example of how to write a strong female character convincingly and realistically.
These are used emotions. It's time to trade them in. Memories were meant to fade, Lenny. They're designed that way for a reason.
And even though the smartest thing would be to cut Lenny loose, you later find out why she refuses to give up on him. It's the reason I love seeing these two together despite their flawed relationship. Because they both sell it, they both sell the history and love they have for each other, and they're both fun to watch together as this whole sordid mystery unravels. It's a shame we haven't seen them paired up in something else since. The late Tom Sizemore is also great as Lenny's friend, who is also on hand to help his friend, and definitely isn't the sinister type. Wink, wink. Also, since this is an artist flick, of course you're gonna have Michael Wincott as the gruff voice psycho. Yeah, he's playing the same type of role he previously played in films like The Crow and The Three Musketeers, but fuck it. It's Michael Wincott playing a psychotic villain in the 90s. And Juliette Lewis lights up the screen as a tenacious faith. Yeah, her character's a terrible person, flip-flopping trying to keep her distance from Lenny while still using him if the opportunity calls for it, but she still plays the part with such raw honesty. And to be fair, she's still calling Lenny out on his simping, because Lenny is more to blame. He's putting her on a pedestal and refusing to see that she is, well,
Nothing but a whore!
but damn does Lois play it well, and she still manages to convey some humanity also. Man does she steal this fucking scene. William Fichtner and Vincent D'Onofrio are also great as the two crooked cops embroiled in the plot, and the murders being investigated truly are disturbing. Jesus Christ, using a device to make your victim feel what you're feeling really deserves credit for creativity. Even though it wasn't overtly bloody, it was still fucked up enough to live rent-free in my head. But despite its dark pulpy nature, it is a surprisingly touching take on friendship, never giving up on people who desperately need help even when they're so far gone. And the fact the explosive climax happens on New Year's Eve makes Lenny's motivation to move on from the past more fitting. It's something we all aspire to do every New Year's Eve with rarely any success. I wish the storyline involving the Jericho murder had some relevance to the main plot. And the police brutality scene in the climax is a little on the nose, but then again, this was written back when there was more prejudice in the system. Not only that, even though I praised the chemistry between Fiennes and Bassett, I never felt they came across as a romantic couple. I bought them more as a duo, which made the moment they kiss not as impactful as it should, but fuck it, when you get a film that does a great job plunging you into this dark, murky world with these two well-written characters to immerse you through every intense experience they go through, I can cut it some slack, because no movie is perfect, and Strange Days has way too many pros to allow the cons to ruin it. With a clever mystery, beautiful oppressive visuals, an inspiring tale of hope prevailing in a hopeless world, Strange Days is the perfect movie for every beautiful bastard to experience. And whether you beautiful bastards are Northern English or not, thanks for watching, but before I fuck off to the pub to celebrate the new year, only to forget anything embarrassing or incriminating the moment I wake up after a drunken blackout, I will say this. It's no surprise this year has been an absolute disaster with scumbags trying to fuck everyone over, but there has still been some moments of hope and some real humanity that actually stops me from losing faith in humanity. It's a display of strength that we can be capable of, even when the world is against us. I'm not saying next year will be better, but that doesn't mean we shouldn't be hopeful either, because the great thing about the year ending means we will still prevail no matter what the upcoming future has in store for us, and it gives us the opportunity to make new memories with people we care for. And for all my supporters who have been watching me make a fool of myself in all of my videos and still stuck with me enough to help me reach 1k subs, I thank you. And may 2026 be prosperous to you all. Happy New Year, you beautiful bastards.